Welcome to the 2021 Veterans Florida Virtual Expo presented by Bank of America. I'm McIntyre. I'm the Entrepreneurship Development Manager and Agriculture Program Manager for Veterans Florida, and I'm also a Navy veteran. We have a special guest today, JayR McIntyre, who will discuss his personal story in entrepreneurship. JayR is the CEO of Ratpack. Ratpack Worldwide Security is a veteran-owned, minority-owned company that provides security to churches, schools, events, and clubs. And they also teach safety courses. So JayR, welcome. And if you would go ahead and please introduce yourself.
I'm JayR McIntyre from Long Beach, California, born and raised. I'm an Army veteran of 14 years. I served my country from 2002 to 2016. And I did multiple deployments in Iraq and in Afghanistan. And, being an entrepreneur in Florida was big because I think Florida and Texas was the leading states that helped veterans out. And I chose to move to Florida to try to get myself back on track. I didn't move as you saw me as I am now. I was hospitalized for about 70 something days for PTSD and TBI. And in the Phoenix VA system, in the El Paso VA system, in the Tampa VA system. And I had to figure out what was going and why my life was spiraling down. Once I got with a bunch of good veterans and understand that they would help us out in Florida and Florida veterans, then my life started to change as an entrepreneur.
Wow. Well, you certainly have come a long way, JayR. So if you would, let us know a little bit more about what you're doing now.
Well, Ratpack Worldwide Security, I own Ratpack Worldwide Security, and I own Ratpack University. The university provides D license, which is unarmed, G license, which is armed, concealed weapons, active shooter, maritime security training, church security training, situational awareness, and just overall understanding security protocols. As Ratpack Security, we provide security services for churches, schools, government contracting, bodyguarding, everything, you name it.
Gotcha. And how did you become interested in this?
Well, I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I just didn't know the ins and outs. But once I started Ratpack, I started to see that Florida's had a lot of good military entrepreneurs, and I started to ask questions how I can be a part of these groups and put my network out there and see if I can be a businessman. And the last 4 or 5 years has been a whirlwind because I still deal with PTSD, TBI injuries and stuff like that. But I still try to stay around a good group of people that encourage me to keep going and stay in the fight.
Yeah, that's great. Definitely an inspiration to others. So what are some challenges that you have faced during your entrepreneurial journey?
Wow. So it's already hard being a business person or entrepreneur, but as a disabled veteran, it's even harder because you doubt yourself 10 times as much more if it don't come through. Sometimes you don't understand you did a job right then and there, but you don't get paid till 60 days later. So that's been a challenge in networking, understanding security, getting government contracts, and just putting your best foot forward, because I believe that Ratpack is a new face of security, and we're going to be able to, in the next year or so, strike that match and be that leading light so we can guard these Walmarts, these churches, these hospitals, and do what we have to do.
Yes. So you mentioned some of the challenges that you faced while going through this process. How have you managed these challenges?
I'm managed by, like I said, staying around a good group of veterans that are pushing me forward and helping me. We've got a good support system with Veterans Florida, everything that falls underneath, and just being around people that's like-minded like you. Don't give up, JayR. Don't give up. It gets hard. Don't give up. Stay into the fight. Stay talking about it. Like I just did a podcast for my security industry just to let people know where I came from. And then Channel 9 News did an interview with me. And a lot of people, they have the wrong stigma on how PTSD looks, or how an injured veteran looks. It doesn't always have to be missing a limb or something else going on. And sometimes it could be mentally, which I got both. But at the end of the day, like, we struggle too. So we shouldn't have to walk around with a shirt that says we're a disabled veteran. We shouldn't be, don't treat me differently, treat me the same way, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So what are some lessons learned that you have experienced from the entrepreneurial process?
Just understanding just the protocols and the right people to talk to, and the networking systems and the support system we have that's around us, and able to reach out to them like yourself and just say, hey, I don't know it. Can you show me? Can you help me? And just be there, you know?
Right. Yeah. So what do you like about being an entrepreneur, JR?
Well, what I like about it is the fact that, hey, you know what? You set your own hours, but you create that fence of security for everybody. That, hey, you know what? JR is going to run with this torch. We just got to follow. Or, hey, let me join JR and let's create this algorithm. So when we put our best foot forward, it comes back with the right energy. So
Right, right. So what is some advice that you can offer to our aspiring entrepreneurs who are watching this?
stay in the fight. Like, it's going to get hard. I'm not saying that it wasn't. It was every day was a roller coaster for me. I felt like giving up 100,000 times. But at the end of the day, I looked at my kids. I looked at the people that was behind me, that was supporting me and understanding, saying, "Hey, JR, go. This is your lane. Do it." You know. So it keeps me inspired every day. Conversations like this, like who would have known that I've been on the expo with the veteran Florida, giving my story to veterans. It's a lot of good veterans out there, and a lot of heroes that are no longer here with us, that I try to fight for them and keep their name alive.
Right, right. Well, we appreciate that. So basically, in summary, it's stay the fight, right? That because that sounds like a great logo actually for a business.
Yeah, stay in the fight.
Yeah, I guess it actually is a good summary of what you've experienced. And I definitely have to applaud you again for all the achievements you have done and made. And we appreciate you sharing your story with us today. Are there any words of wisdom or anything in closing that you'd like to share with our audience?
I know, like I said, just stay in the fight. You know, Ratpack, protect your investment. We got your six. Like, you know, I created Ratpack as a safe haven. If I stopped doing Ratpack, I think I'd sink and drown. And those veterans who know that know the modalities that we deal with PTSD. And I felt I created something that if I stopped doing it, then that the mental health to take back over, and it'll consume me. So as entrepreneurship, I would say create something that you like doing every day, that has a purpose, that brings you back to the fight. So you honoring your brothers and sisters as veterans to continue and being an inspiration as an entrepreneur, because I wasn't born like this, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to be able to put my best foot forward and tell my story, which mental health is overlooked so much in our community, in our age group, and how we are. Like, I get judged for it every day. A quick story: I parked at Denny's, I think it was like 2018. And you know, the police came into Denny's and like, hey, you got to move your car. And I guess they had rung the alarm and said, hey, I wasn't supposed to park there. My car has a handicap license plate on it. And the police felt embarrassed when I told them this whole table was full of combat veterans and we deserved to park there and we had the right. And it was just that the look of it. Oh, you getting out the car, that's not where you're supposed to park at. And we don't want that. We don't want that light on us. We want to be able to do the right thing. But at the end of the day, we deserve everything that we fought for, you know.
Absolutely. Very well said. Well, thank you again for joining us today and sharing your personal story, JR. And we look forward to the amazing things that you're going to do in the future.
Definitely. Yeah. Follow Ratpack on Facebook and Ratpack Worldwide Security on Instagram and on our LinkedIn. And you know, if you're an inspiring veteran and you're getting out the military and you want to have a career in the security industry, we can take you, we could train you, we could put you back into the fight. We also a life cycle. If you don't want to work for us, we give you a license. You can work anywhere in Florida if you want. So at the end of the day, we're just trying to create them jobs. And since this is a job expo, we are hiring 75 agents for the Rolling Loud in Miami. So if you want to apply for that, you can call our number, or you can send us an email, or you can come to our location and apply for that.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, and we will certainly work with anyone who's expressed interest in working with you. I think it would be a great experience for them too. So, all right, JayR, well, thanks again.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.